Hi, and welcome to OptiTune. My name's Connor. In this video, I want to go over creating a custom agent installer within OptiTune. Each computer you wish to manage through OptiTune needs to have our agent software installed. The agent is what carries out management activities that you specify for each computer or group of computers. And before we get into creating a custom agent, I just want to explain how to use our generic installer. To download the generic agent installer, click on the Computers and Groups tab and select Agent Setup. Once the zip file is downloaded, you can simply run the install batch file, which will install the agent on the endpoint. You can then assign the device to the correct group within OptiTune. If you want to learn more about our generic installer, then please follow the link in the description to our documentation center, which explains everything in full detail. Now, let's move on to the fun stuff. Let's get started with the custom agent. From within the Computers and Groups tab, click Agent Setup as before, but this time click Add. Starting with the agent name, I recommend giving it a name that is pertinent to the customer or department you're making the installer for. I'm going to say Internal IT Sales. Next, set a description, which in this demonstration is just going to be called Custom Installer. Now we start getting into the basic settings. Application name is what appears when you start to install the agent, and the publisher's name will display in the details of the installed applications list inside Windows. Next, we must decide where the endpoints are going to be placed inside OptiTune's organisation hierarchy after the agent is installed. In this environment, I've called the installer Internal IT Sales because that is the group I want all the endpoints to be placed. You can select if you want the agent to be publicly downloadable. This option restricts access to the installer file outside of an OptiTune login, and then move on to the Advanced Customization section. Advanced Customization is where your creative flair can be utilised. However, in this demonstration, I'm just going to pick a stock icon file. Our suggestion is that you upload your company logo for the icon, so your customers recognise the installer and know it's safe. If you're struggling with an icon file, you can Google PNG or JPEG to ICO converter and then upload your logo. You can now select a custom background image, which is what is displayed when the agent is installing, and finally, you can create your own end-user license agreement if that's something you require. If you want another piece of software to install after the agent has finished installing, this is where you can select the post-install application file. Please note, this is expecting a .exe file. If the post-install application requires certain parameters such as run silently, you can define these in the post-install parameters section. You can also add a post-install website name and URL. This will display this text on the final installer page, allowing you to navigate to your company website, for example. Finally, all we must do is click Save and then wait 5 seconds. OptiTune will now package and custom brand the installer for you and give you a custom link to download it. If you've selected Allow Public Download, you're now able to fire this link to your customers to install it on their devices. I'm now going to quickly show you the install process. First, download the agent using the download link. Now simply run setup.exe. Notice the icon is the icon we defined earlier, and the application name is also being displayed on the installer. Then simply click Next, and you will see the end user license agreement, which will be unique if you've generated your own. The final page will then show you the website name and hyperlink if you've created one, and finally click on Finish, and that's it. The OptiTune agent is now installed. The next video series, I will be demonstrating the remote support tray icon and settings associated with it, which really increases your end user experience when accessing support services. I do want to give some extra information though in today's video. I think it's pertinent to mention in this video about imaging and how it works with an OptiTune agent. If you path to the following location in Registry, which is displayed on screen now and in the comments below, you will find the machine ID, which is randomly generated every time you install the OptiTune agent. This is a fixed, unique ID which is bound to the machine so OptiTune can easily identify it. If you're imaging a device, it's important you stop the OptiTune agent service and then delete the registry key before you sysprep it. You can test this by deleting the registry key and restarting the service. This will create a new unique machine ID and will add a duplicate to your OptiTune instance. I hope you found this extra information useful, and as always, if you've liked this video, please subscribe. This has been OptiTune's custom agent tutorial, and I've been Connor. Have a great day. Goodbye.